You too. What's going on? Appreciate y'all watching the videos, man. What's going on? What's going on? Yep. We ain't made no money today. Yep. Couldn't find no freight today. I hit a dead spot. I don't know if it's a dead spot, or maybe it's just all the trucking. I don't know. Am I serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Ain't no more freight. All the freight gone. Oh my God, ain't no more freight. Oh man. Yeah, man, what's going on? What's going on? Deadhead out of there. I did. I sure enough deadhead out of here. Ain't no more freight, man. Give it up. Turn the truck in. Get the trailer back. Give it all up. Ain't no freight in trucking. Oh, man. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, so I hit a dead area. I hit a dead area today. Like I was up in front Royal Virginia, that area. I mean yesterday I could feel it yesterday because I like to book a day in advance, maybe 2 days, no more than 2 days, because it's hard to get a good rate booking more than 2 days out. Um, Usually you can get a good rate the day of, you know. Yeah, the good, bad, and the ugly. Yeah, man, that's what it is. Sometimes you ain't gonna make money every day in trucking. That's just what it is. I mean, I've been in this business. I've been in this business. I've been in this business almost 12 years. Uh-oh, I want a bid. I spoke too soon. It is some money in trucking. Convoy said it is some money in trucking. I've been getting these cha-chings from Camp Convoy all day long. And the loads they've been sending me, the loads that they've been offering me ain't been nothing I want to run. I mean, it's freight out here. Don't get me wrong. The freight ain't dried up. But it's just nothing I want to run, you know? Like it's heavy loads, 45,000 pounds, going into an area I don't want to go into. Bid it up, Jonathan. Yeah. I mean, these brokers, and for the freight that's out there, these brokers they lowballing like $1 a mile. It was a load going to it was a load picking up out of Winchester, Virginia. And y'all that run that I-81 corridor, you know where that is. That Harrisburg, Virginia area. Um, where I-64 and I-81 come together right there. And y'all run that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So it was a load coming out of Winchester going out to Indiana. I was looking at it. I was like, okay. The load weighed about 30,000 pounds. So I was like, okay. It was a couple of loads. They had about 5 or 6 of them up there. I was looking at the C.H. Robertson board. So, okay, let me call on this load and see what I can get for it. And in my mind, I was like, okay, 530 miles, 20-mile deadhead. In my mind, I'm like, okay, 1,300. 1,300. I pick up the phone, and the broker pick up the phone. This broker said, yeah, we're trying to move this load for 600. I'm like, 600. I asked him, that's the best you can do, 600, because what I want to bid for this load ain't gonna be what you. I'm coming in a little high for you, 600. I was like, hey, I mean, I was gonna bid about 1,300, but I mean, I'll take 1,200 for it if you can do 1,200. He was like, man, the best I can do is 800. I was like, I mean, I could do it for 1,200 if you want to move it. You gotta make it worth my while now. He was like, no, I only got $800 in it. I was like, in my mind, I was gonna cuss at him, but I was like, in my mind, I was thinking like, bullshit. You are full of shit. You getting this load for $2,500. Stop lying. But I didn't say that. I just excused myself, and I was like, okay, I appreciate it, but let me know if you want to move it for 1,200. I can do it. And the guy, and he hung up the phone. And like I must have called on maybe about 5 loads. They were all lowballing. I don't care what direction you want to go. They're all lowballing in that area, that I-81 corridor. It sucks. If you want to go south, I called on a load going down to Atlanta. Two loads going down to Atlanta. College Park, Norcross, Georgia. Called on a couple loads. They want $1 a mile for the load. The load going 600 miles. They want $1 a mile. They was offering like, the lady, it was a female broker. She offered like $650 on the load. I was like, $650. I was like, I mean, I could do it for like, I mean, for load like that. I told her, I was like, I usually run about 1,300, 1,250, but I mean, if you want to pay 1,100 on it, I'll move it for 1,100. She was like, no, the best I can do is maybe 7. I was like, 700 for a 600-mile load? I double checked it with her. I was like, okay, this load is picking up in Winchester, Virginia, going down to Rome, Georgia. That's what it was going, Rome, Georgia. I was like, are you sure this is the load that we're talking about? She's like, oh yes, this load is going from Winchester to she was so confident and everything. I was like, okay, well, I just know this guy ain't trying to skip. Hold on, y'all. I'm at this speed coat. Hold on, y'all. I'm at this speed coat. I know this guy ain't jumping in front of me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm over here getting the PM done. I figure if I'm gonna be productive. If I ain't running no freight, I'm gonna get some maintenance done on the truck. I'm gonna see if I can get I got a bad tire on my trailer, and the tire kind of bad looking. It's got like a chunk of the rubber peeling back, and it's showing some of the wire in the tire. So I'm gonna see if I can get that replaced and get a PM done. So we ain't making no money, but we're gonna be spending some money today. But yeah, man. So I was talking to a lady about the load. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I didn't say this, but in my mind, I was like, "Are you kidding me? That's all you can offer on this load?" I'm sure some guys running the load too. There's some guys running it. I'm not gonna run that load for no $700. That's a whole day's work, man. yeah, man, like, yes, you know your eyes not playing tricks. Will those loads move for that amount? I mean, guys who got paid for trucking trailers, I guess they can afford to move to run the load. But even if I had to pay for a trucking trailer, if I had to pay for a trucking trailer, I still wouldn't move my truck. Because if you got to pay for a trucking trailer, that's more reason not to move the freight for that cheap rate. Because when you got to pay for a trucking trailer, you don't have to move your truck for that cheap rate. That's too damn cheap. That's not even $1.30 a mile, man. That's damn. That's cheaper than Snyder. For 550 miles at Snyder, you can at least get $1,000. You know, you can at least get $1,000 for running. So, but yeah, so I just hit a dead area. So I deadheaded over here to I deadheaded down to Richmond. About 120-mile deadhead. I was looking at the map trying to find somewhere to deadhead, but on that I-81 corridor, you really don't have no choice. You don't have a bunch of choices. You know, you don't really have a bunch of choices when it comes to a place to deadhead in that area. I could have went up to Martinsburg, Virginia. It was some loads coming out of Martinsburg, Virginia. I could have deadheaded up to PA, you know, Harrisburg, PA, or Shippensburg, PA. But I decided to come down here to Richmond. Because I figured on my way down here, I was going to book a load on my way down here, but I didn't see nothing. And, you know, I didn't see nothing. So I went ahead and I got on Google and I looked for Speedco, and I found this Speedco. So I'm gonna come in here and get some maintenance done since we're not making we're not generating no revenue. So, you know, trucking. Sometimes you hit dead areas in trucking. I used to hit dead areas at Snyder all the time. You know, it happens sometimes. You hit dead areas. You would spend almost $300 just in fuel. Nah, you ain't gonna spend no $300 in fuel now. Nah, I ain't gonna spend $300 in fuel deadheading 100 miles. I might spend. Let me get my calculator. 100 miles divided by 7 miles to the gallon, which is 14 gallons times 14 gallons. And I'm empty, so, you know, when you empty, you getting good fuel mileage, you know, closer to 8-9 miles to the gallon times 2. I've been getting fuel for about $2.79 a gallon. So we're probably looking at about $40-50 in fuel, something like that. We ain't spending no $300 in fuel. But I get what you're saying. Running a load that's 500 to 600 miles, yeah, you're gonna spend a chunk of money in fuel. You know, let's see, the load 500 miles divided by 7 miles to the gallon. That's 71 gallons times 2.79 a gallon. Yeah, you're going to spend about $200 to run that load. Say I would have got $750 on the load minus 200 minus for my truck to sit per day, I'm looking at $300 a day for my truck to sit. So maybe $250 to $300 a day. So we're probably looking at about $300, maybe about $250 to $300 in profit, which ain't a bunch of money in profit. I should have got something up to PA. Yeah, they be having some loads coming south in PA. When will the rate go up on the Atlanta load? Oh, I don't know, man. It's just freight, man. It's freight seasons, you know. Freight is spooky like that, you know. You just hit dead areas sometimes. It may be the time of the month, because it's January, February, March. So it's the first month in the second quarter. It's the last week in the first month in the second quarter. So, you know, it could just be the warehouses are just holding on to the freight in the first quarter. Who knows? It could just be that area. It could just be that area. Just could be dead freight in that area. So, you know, trucking business is a risk. You know, you run the risk of making money. You run the risk of not making money. That's business. You know. But I should find something tomorrow. Just another day in trucking. Another day in trucking. I mean, the rate on that load ain't gonna go up because somebody booked that load. You know? Unless the load is like a really hot load, they would probably go up a couple dollars on it just to move it. And it's somebody out there that's going to move that load. But, you know, a lot of the loads that I was calling on, they had all-day appointments on them. Like, there was one load that I called on. It was a 24-hour shipper. So they know they got a lot of time on it. So they can afford to let that load sit till the end of the business day. Push come to shove, they can just push the load out to the next day and reschedule the appointment. So, you know, a lot of these customers, a lot of these brokers, they know, you know, so they have flexibility in the appointment times. But when you got set appointment times and then you got shippers and receivers, they need to move the freight, then the rate goes up. And those are the lows you need to look for. So, Alex Express say, John, my protest period end next week for my authority. Yeah, man, that's good. Congratulations, man. My truck costs $260 a day to sit. Something like that. I mean, my $300 a day. I forgot how did I come up with that $300 a day. I forgot how I come up with it. No. I'm talking about on that particular load. If they offer $600. Yeah, I figured that's what you're talking about. John, you almost reached 3K subs. What are you going to do to celebrate? I don't know, man. I mean, I could like put in a little bit more effort into the channel and I could probably have 50,000 subscribers, but I'm busy trying to grow the trucking business. So I'm not really worrying about the YouTube thing like that. I mean, I enjoy the couple dollars that I get from the YouTube, but you know, yeah, man, what's going on? We talking about the dry spells in trucking. You hit dry spells sometimes. Yeah, I could probably find a load out of Harrisburg. I know that. Pennsylvania is a high producing state, so Pennsylvania's got a lot of freight moving around in Pennsylvania. So you can always count on freight coming out of PA. A lot of freight comes out of PA. Allentown, Harrisburg, York, PA. A lot of places that ship freight out of PA. But I mean, I had my radius, my search, when I was searching for loads, I had the radius pushed all the way out to maybe 150-mile radius. And I ain't really see nothing that I wanted to pull. Like at that point, like everything went north. You know, I don't want to say it's no freight. It's just nothing I wanted to pull. So me sitting is my own choice. So, you know, it's just my own choice. I was looking at the loads. I'm being real picky, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. You know. I mean, because I could have took a load going up to Massachusetts that was paying pretty good, but I don't want to go to Massachusetts. I don't want to be paying a whole bunch of money in tolls. I don't want to pay high fuel prices going through the Northeast. I just don't want to do that. Because when you start running up there, it's defeating the whole point of you going up there. You know, you're going to rack up $200-$300 in doggone tolls and foolishness. I don't want to do that. So you got to deal with all that traffic up there. I don't want to do that. So the nice thing about having your own authority and having your own truck and trailer is that you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. The whites say, I just applied for my authority on Sunday. They told me 20 to 25 before it's active. I guess you're talking about days, 20 to 25 days before it's active. Yeah, but man, like you got to go back in my videos when I'm talking about authority. I got like a whole bunch of videos, probably a good 20, 30 videos talking about authorities. Even though your MC number probably be active, it's only going to be one or two brokers that you probably can run for. You know, so it's only a couple out there that I would say it's only like 2 brokers that'll let you run on a fresh DOT number. I think Uber Freight, like the day your MC number goes active, I think Uber Freight let you pull for them. I think Convoy let you pull for them. And I'm not sure about the others. I know C.H. Robinson, you need 30 days. Coyote, you need 30 days. TQL, you need 30 days. Most of the decent brokerages out there require at least 30 days. Now you could probably find on the DAC board a few janky brokers out there that's in desperate need of moving a freight, but them brokers, you don't want to be messing with them anyway, because their credit score messed up and they're not going to pay you. So before you go pulling any freight, go get you a factoring company. Get you a factoring company. That's the first thing you ought to do. That's like, after getting your authority, next to getting your UCR and BOC3 and all your other stuff, you need to be looking for a factoring company. You know, you need to Google the top 5 factoring companies in the country and go from there and call the factoring companies up and ask questions. Anything you can think of, because getting a factoring company is like leasing a truck. You know, getting a factoring company is like leasing a truck. So if you mess up and get the wrong factoring company, they're going to stick you. You know, they're going to get you. They're going to get you. So, because once you get a factoring company, you got a whole bunch of bills outstanding, you can't get out of that factoring company. It's going to be real hard to change factoring companies. So you got to do your due diligence and make sure you choose the right factoring company, you know. So, and see, the reason why I say you need to get you a factoring company before you pull any loads is because you need to be checking broker's credit. You need to be checking broker's credit. On my factoring company profile, it keeps track of all the brokers that I've checked, all the brokers that I checked the credit with. So it tells me, okay, this broker's line of credit is $1 million. This broker's credit is $50,000. This broker's credit is this. This broker's credit, you know, sometimes the broker's credit could be okay, but you might have to call in and they might look at the particular load and then they'll do an authorization, a manual authorization. You know what I mean? So that's number one. You need to get your factoring company so you can check broker's credit. Because I would hate for you to do all that work, burn all that fuel, spend all this money to get out here in the trucking business to go out here pulling freight for free. I would hate for you to do that. Don't do that. Get a factoring company. I know a lot of guys say, no, you don't need a factoring company. No. Factoring company is a waste of time. Okay. You go out there and just start doing business with anybody that you feel that's, you know. Hold on, y'all. I got to pull up. Yeah, so you go get your truck and trailer and spend all this money to get in business and to find out that that broker's credit ain't good and you're not gonna get paid. Go ahead and do that. Because I'm gonna tell you, when you apply for your authority, if not already, your phone is gonna blow up. Your phone is gonna blow up from brokers, factoring companies, anything that got to do with trucking, anything that got to do with business or trucking, you're going to get a phone call about it. You're going to get brokers calling you. Hey, man, do you have a truck available? Hey, I need you to take this load. And if you so gullible, you don't know. You just like, oh, okay, I'll take the load. You ain't even run the broker's credit. You got like, hold on now. What's your MC number? Give me your MC number. You pull up your app, your factoring company, type the MC number in there. So, okay, like with my factoring company, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give y'all like a idea on what when you have a factoring company, and like I'm with Triumph Business Capital, right? Hold on, I got to log into my account. Hold on, y'all. Let me log into my account. All right, so this is what my account. Hold on, it's. See, this is what my account looks like. See there? It shows that I got damn, y'all. It shows that I got $2,000 outstanding. What is that? $2,122 outstanding. And so when you want to check a broker's credit, and see, this is what it's gonna look like. Online broker credit check. Okay? And you put the MC number in right there. All MC numbers are 6 digits. So I'm trying to think of an MC number of a broker. Or you can do a credit check by name, or you can do MC number. MC numbers. Hold on, y'all. I gotta move up. I don't know why this guy pulled up so doggone close. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay. All right, y'all, hold on. My bad, I'm hard headed. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go in here and do some business. 420, 263. Yeah, I'm gonna get 10. All right, my bad, y'all. Somebody called me. Ain't nobody called me. My bad, y'all. Somebody talking about an SFI. All right, factoring. I'm talking about this factoring company. All right. I had all this time sitting up here before I started this video. My bad, y'all. I should start over. I'm going to go on the load board and find a random broker. I'm going to find a random broker on the load board. Nolan Transportation. Nolan Transportation. Damn. Okay. Okay, Elite Transit Solutions. Here go load right here. All right. Say, now, being that the deck board is tied in with Triumph, all I have to do is just click on the broker's MC number and it'll go to the credit check. Elite Transit Solutions. So Elite Transit Solutions, their MC number is 808-036. So I'm gonna go back and do a credit check. See there? See there? Online broker credit check. And I'll put the MC number in right now. All right, so the MC is what? 808. 808-036. 808-036. And then I just hit the green button. Now, I already know this broker was approved because on the load board, it's got a check by it. Down here where it says factoring, it's got a check. It's got a check right there. I already know that they good. For the sake of this video, if they don't have a check, what I'll do is I'll go in here and run a credit check. And it says, see, this broker, see what it says there? Credit request approved. See, and it says this broker is approved up to $10,000. Right? Now, I don't do this with everybody, but it's good. That's why I say you need a factoring company when you're starting out, because, I mean, I've been running on this side of trucking for what? Since September of last year. So we're going on September, October, November, December. So we're going on about 7 or 8 months on this side of trucking. So I got a good idea on the brokers to run for the most part. I got a general idea. So I don't use the credit check as often as I used to when I first started. But a lot of you guys that's new, a lot of you guys that's new to this side of trucking, you're going to have to check every broker that you mess with until you get comfortable dealing with the brokers. You can just go down the load board and say, oh yeah, that broker's good. That broker's good. Yeah, I know that broker. But I tell you this, don't get too comfortable, because there's some brokers, they have, they might have a bad month or they might have a bad week in business. So like, there have been times where Uber Freight, their credit is bad. So you may not be able to run Uber Freight loads. So you might have a problem getting paid from Uber Freight. Or say you run like C.H. Robinson is a big brokerage. You're not gonna have a problem getting paid from C.H. Robinson. Coyote Logistics, they're a big brokerage. You're not gonna have trouble, you're not gonna have an issue getting paid with Coyote Logistics. But there are some medium-sized brokers out there. They're good, honest brokers. They're big, but they may have done too much business one week, or they may have done too much business 1 month, and they may be short cash and they won't be able to pay all their freight bills. So even some of the good brokers that's still, pretty good, they may just have a bad week. And this goes into my last video, my factoring company rant. My last video that I was talking about. See, a lot of guys feel like, okay, you don't need a factoring company. Well, this is another reason why you need a factoring company. See, and then on top of that, even if you're not using a factoring company, right? If you're not using a factoring company and you're cash flowing your whole business, you run a chance of running out of cash. You have a strong chance of running out of cash. And see, when you're using a factoring company, you don't have to worry about running out of cash, because you got the backing of a big bank, a factoring company, like Triumph Business Capital. They're a bank. They are a big bank. So even though the banks, sometimes they run out of money too, but at the same time, you run a better chance of making it using factoring company than using your own cash. I mean, tell you the truth, if you got $150,000 cash in the bank, you could probably float your truck for about 30 to 60 days. But see, the thing is that, okay, you're not going to clear all your bills in 30 to 60 days. There's some bills that's going to clear in 20 days. Some bills going to clear in 30 days. You got some bills that's going to clear in 45 days. Some bills going to clear in 60 days. You got some bills that's going to clear in 80 days. So you got to keep up with all that. And that's more reason to get a factoring company, because when you got a factoring company, they're keeping up with all that accounts receivables. So anyway, I done talked about it enough in my last video, but this point is just to show you how important it is to when a lot of you guys just getting your authority, you need, before you run that one load, get a factoring company. Get a factoring company. Get a factoring company. Unless you got $100K in the bank and you don't need no damn factoring company. But in my opinion, I don't care how much money you got in the bank, I think you need a factoring company. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm trying to find a broker just to show y'all what it looks like when a broker is not approved. Let me see. Let me go on a load board and find a bad broker. I could go in my account. Hold on, let me go in my account. Hold on, y'all. Let me go in my account and find a broker that wasn't approved to show y'all. Oh, here go one. This broker here is see, here's the list. Hold on, y'all. I gotta move the camera over a little bit. All right. So here's the list of brokers that's approved, right? All of them got green, except one of them. See that one in red right there? That broker, he wasn't approved. The name of this broker is Midland Davis Corporation. The MC number is 704456. Okay. I got a lot of brokers in here. I got Mercer Transportation. I got Epps Logistics. I got Carol Farmer in here. Colonel Freight Brokerage. I got Viking Transportation. I got DVS Road, Allen Lawn, Dark Night Transportation. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a credit check on this broker here. 704456. Okay. $704,456. Okay, and see, this is what it says. This broker is not currently approved, and and this what it'll look like. It'll be red, credit request denied. See. I think you could probably still now if you want to run the load with this broker, you just gonna have to negotiate something with that broker where they pay up front. So that's how you would end up running the load with that broker. If you wanted to run the load, you're just gonna tell the broker, say, hey man, I'm interested in running the load, but you're gonna have to pay me up front for the load. Pay me a com check or something like that, or who knows, figure out something. You can get paid for the load. So that's what that looks like. All right. And like I said, I got $2,100 outstanding right now. And let me show y'all something. It's kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Hold on, y'all. So I ran a load about a month ago. I ran a load for 900 with Epps Logistics. That load is still outstanding. And let me show y'all something. It's kind of cool. Look at this. This is kind of cool. See right here? I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's a load here. Hold on. All right, stop. All right, so see if y'all see there, it's that load there with Epps Logistics. See, it shows how much credit they have. Epps Logistics has got $211,000 in credit. And you see the load, and there's a load right below that one, XPO. They have 1,721,000 in credit, and they haven't paid me. I did a load for 1,200. They didn't pay me for it yet, and well, the factoring company paid me, but they haven't sent the check to the factoring company yet. They should be receiving the payment soon, because I did a few loads with Epps Logistics. No, I did a few loads with XPO, and I still got one load still outstanding. And then I did a load with Epps Logistics a while back. That load is still outstanding. See, that load there is 30 days old. Well, it's less than 30 days old. This load here is more than 31 days. It's probably like 32 days old. So that load should be getting paid here in a minute. And oh, here it is. See this here, it tells you all the information on the load. It's kind of cool. This is kind of cool. See that load there is 28 days old. And the load below it is 34 days old. It's kind of cool. It's cool, ain't it? So you get all this information. And see, a lot of guys, you're going to have a lot of guys say, oh, no, you don't need no factoring company. See, when you have a factoring company, it's keeping track of all your freight bills for you. You know, it's all organized. It's all in a professional, platform. You can just pull up this app and go through your freight bills. So I can see which bill's been paid. It's kind of cool, ain't it? But anyway, let me see what y'all talking about. We eat the loaves. Go sit down, Tommy Guns. You a trip. Oh yeah, TQL, you got to be really selective when it comes to TQL. You got to be real selective. They don't like to pay detention. So when it comes to TQL, I would be very careful booking a load with them. Like if you're going to book a load with TQL, you need to ask a whole lot of questions. Okay. Who's the shipper receiver on it? Do they got parking? How much is the detention on it? If they, make sure they send a rate con with detention in the rate con. Okay. What the rate of detention is in the rate con. So even though in the carrier agreement, they may have the detention like $30 an hour, $50 an hour, something like that. You want to have it in the rate con, because TQL, they real funny when it comes to stuff. PepsiCo, they don't like paying detention either. It's a handful of brokers out there that don't like paying detention. It's a handful of them out there. It's a shame that they do that, but that's just what it is. And like I say, you want to have a factoring company to help you to decipher through all this, because you go out here by yourself and you booking loads with brokers, they gonna get you. They gonna get you. You know, I mean, I've almost pulled loads for free. You know, it happens sometimes. I almost did, and you out here to make money. You're not out here to be doing stuff for free. Tommy guns, Dwight, at least 3 years. I don't know what Tommy guns. I bought mine brand new. How much is a truck? That's Snyder Finance. My bad, y'all. If he financed his truck from Snyder Finance, would be better than a lease. Tommy Guns, you don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm just gonna tell you. You in here talking all this mess about leasing a truck and all this. You don't know what you're talking about, man. I know it feels good to act like you know what you're talking about, but come on, Tommy Guns. Let's just keep it real. You don't know what you're talking about. Fofo gonna get beat up. Hold on, y'all. I'm just reading these comments. Tommy Guns talking all this mess in here. Yeah, I mean, don't worry about it, man. It's a lot of guys are stuck in their ways. So it is see a lot of guys, they don't know how to use a calculator. They get emotional. Like, remove the emotions from the shit. Get a pen and pad and get a calculator and sit down and see, like, okay, what it's going to cost you to run a truck in a year. And what it's going to cost you to run a truck in 5 years. And you got to look at each step and make a decision from there. Because when you buy a truck, you get into this business, it's a commitment. It's a commitment. You can't look at it, oh, it's expensive per week. It's expensive per month. It's expensive. You know, you got to look at this thing at a 5-year span to get a good understanding of what's going on. Okay, you got to, look at this thing at a 10-year span if you're going to really take the business like serious. So because a lot of guys, like Tommy Guns, he's like, yeah, just go to Arrow Truck Sales. Yeah, you may save a little bit of money. You may save a little bit of money when it comes to like a monthly payment, but at the same time, you're going to have to replace the truck anyway. So I'm not saying Snyder Finance is the best place to buy a truck, but depending on your situation, it may be the best thing for you at that time. Because at that time, I got this truck with no money down. I didn't spend no money out of pocket when I got this truck. Nothing. To walk in the door and get a truck, like I didn't put $10,000 down. I didn't put $15,000 down. I didn't have to buy plates. I didn't have to pay taxes and all of that. I didn't pay nothing. So at that time, I think I had like maybe $5,000 in the bank. So I decided to keep my $5,000 and get a Snyder Finance truck. Now, I done said this 1,000 times in my videos, but it seems like a lot of you guys got it confused on different ways to get a truck. Tommy Guns, here's Tommy Guns. He's stuck in his mind frame that there's only one way to get a truck, and you should go to a dealer and get a truck. There's only one way to get a truck. You should always go to a dealer and get a truck because that's the only way to get a truck. No, that's not the only way to get a truck. As you can see, I got a truck. I got my own authority. I can do whatever I want with this truck. I can do whatever I want with it. I can plate it in any state I want to. I can plate this truck in any state I want to. I can do whatever I want with this truck. I can take it to any company that I want to. Does it matter if I have the title or not? It's 100% tax write-off. 100% tax write-off. Because technically, according to the lease that I have, it's a rental. It's a rental. Technically. Somebody keep calling me. So when you trying to sit down and explain somebody that's closed-minded, that feels like they don't want to listen and hear different sides to a situation, this person is only seeing one side. All they know is go to a dealer and get a truck. But what if you don't have $5,000 to go to a dealer and get a truck? What if your credit isn't good? What if? All these different scenarios in the real world that could have different options for different people. Okay, if your credit is good enough and you can go to a dealer and get a truck with no money down, do that. If you got $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in the bank and you can put $5,000 or $10,000 down on the truck, do that. If you can go to Snyder Finance and get a truck, do that. There are all kind of ways to get a truck, man. all kind of ways. You know, I'm reading these comments. You got Tommy Guns, ELD Trucker. You got Milkman. You got Trevon in here. Everybody going back and forth on getting a truck. When, what are we talking about? We all here in business. We all drive trucks. We all got CDLs in our pockets. We don't need to be fighting over this stuff. We need to be helping each other and sitting down and helping each other take over this business. Because that's what the big companies do. The JB Hunts, the Snyders, the TQLs, the CH Robertsons, all them companies get together. I bet you they get together. The Swifts, the FedExes, the CEOs of all these companies, they get together and they figure out how to take over this business. What are we doing? We sitting in a YouTube video going back and forth on getting a truck. When you look at, when you get a pen and pad and you start using the calculator, you start to see that it doesn't matter if you go to a dealer and get a truck, you go to Snyder Finance and get a truck, you get a truck from Ryder, you get a truck. All of them scenarios, you're going to be spending money on a truck. You got to look at it a 5-year span. So like, you either going to pay the money now, later, or you're going to spread the money off over 5 years, or, you know, you're going to have a cheaper monthly truck note. Okay. That's going to be spread out over 48 months, or you're going to have an expensive truck note that's going to be spread out over 2 years, or it's all kind of ways to look at it. There's all kind of ways you can look at it. I'm going to give you an example. My boy, one of my boys that I went to truck driving school over 11, 12 years ago, we still talk. He went to a dealer and got a truck. I think he put like $10,000 down on a truck. He was talking about paying the truck off earlier, paying double, triple the payments on the truck. His payment is about $1,500 a month on that truck. The truck is about $60,000. His truck got more miles on his truck than I do. But my balance on my Snyder Finance, account shows like $39,000. I got $39,000 left on my Snyder Finance account. My payment is $2,800 a month, or $700 a week. I know, it's a lease. I know. Oh, it's a lease. I know. So my boy, his payment is $1,600 a month. But if he was to pay $2,800 a month, I would still pay my truck off before he would in the same amount of time. But it's better to get at least, it's better to go to a dealer and get a truck. I get it, because we're talking about cash flow. You want a cheaper monthly truck note for the cash flow. But even still, it doesn't matter, because you're not going to sit there with a used truck with 400,000 miles on it and be trying to pay off a truck for 42 months. No, man, you're going to be trying to pay that truck off in a year and a half, 2 at best. So if you got a $1,600 a month truck note, try to pay that thing off. Try to double up on them payments. Pay double payments on it. Pay $3,200 a month on it, which is the same amount of money I'm spending on my truck. So if you get a lease truck, a lease purchase, because we want a lease purchase truck, and you look at the amount of money that you're spending, it's the same amount of money. It's just a different way to structure financing. That's it. So I'm reading the comments. He's like, oh yeah, he's spending $150,000 on a truck. You never heard me tell somebody to go and get a brand new Freightliner from Snyder Finance and lease that truck for 3 years. That's not a good deal. Because you can't keep up with depreciation. That's not a good deal. I tell guys to get if you're going to go to Snyder Finance, get a 1-year lease. I tell guys to get a 1-year lease because you have control of the truck, but if something goes wrong with the truck, you're not on the hook for a 3-year lease. You're only on the hook for the remainder of a year lease. Say you got a 1-year lease and 6 months into the lease, the truck start acting up. Okay? The truck in the shop for 2 weeks. They don't know what's wrong with it. Push come to shove. Snyder Finance will be like, you know what? Go ahead and give the truck back. We're going to give you a new truck. That's an exit strategy. You go into a dealer and go get a truck. Once you sign on that dotted line, that's your truck. That's your truck. Ain't no way getting out of it. So if the truck start acting up, you just got to ride it out. You got to ride it out. You just got to ride it out no matter what. So say you went to a dealer and you got a truck, the truck 50,000, 60,000, right? And something go wrong with the truck, maybe 6 months in, 8 months in. It's just you just throwing money at the truck. There's nothing you can do because you signed on the dotted line. Now you got to ride that truck all the way till it's paid off. You leasing the truck, you have an exit strategy. You still have control of the truck. Okay? Snyder Finance, they let you plate the truck in whatever state you want to. You can take the truck to any company you want to. You can move between companies just like you went to a bank. It's your truck. You got control of the truck. To hear Tommy Guns talk about something he don't know who he's talking about, I know what he's talking about. We're not leasing Snyder Finance program, I think is an exception to a lot of lease purchase programs out there because a lot of lease purchase programs don't let you take the truck to other companies. There are some of them out there that let you do it. But a Swift lease, the U.S. Express, leasing the truck to U.S. Express, all these different companies, a lot of these companies don't let you take them trucks. Okay? So you getting a truck through. See what they doing. You get a truck through. You get a truck through Swift. I don't know Swift by heart, but from what I understand, I don't know if Swift gonna let you take that truck away from Swift. You're gonna have to go somewhere else and get a truck. I don't know. I think Alex Express is with Swift. Swift might let him take that truck. But for the most part, getting a truck through some of these mega carriers, I do agree with Tommy Guns. Some of these lease purchase programs, they're not set up for you to succeed because they got a lot of rules with the lease. Okay? They want you to put certain tires on the truck. You gotta, like, I don't talk to Snyder Finance. I make my truck payment every week. They don't care. They do not care. They don't care. They don't know what I'm doing with this truck. Tommy Gunn say ELD trucker. I think Jeff Light talked about that. No, okay, so why pay the government? Oh, come on, Tommy Guns. You trying to make a point? You trying to say it's a good idea to give the government money? No. No, no, man, no, no. It's my job to protect my household and to budget my income as best as I can as possible. If the government can't budget their income, that's their problem. That's their problem. Yeah, yeah, ELD trucker. I mean, you trying to speak sense into somebody that they don't they don't do taxes. They don't know what their truck is doing. All they know is they got a truck, they're running down the road, and they making money. They never like a guy like Tommy Guns never sat down and looked at the differences between having a lease truck on your taxes on your Schedule C and see what the deductions are on the Schedule C, and what's the difference between having a truck from a bank and taking the depreciation and writing off the interest payments and da 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 da. Like guys like Tommy Guns, they never done that. They never got a tax program and put in different types of deductions and see what that looks like and how that benefits. What's the advantages and disadvantages of having either or on your taxes? Okay. What's the difference between having a C Corp and an S Corp on your taxes? What's the difference between having the sole proprietor and a C Corp or an S Corp on your taxes? How much money are we giving the government and how much money are we saving? The differences between those, Tommy Guns wouldn't even know, because he doesn't, somebody like him don't even use a calculator. And I can tell he doesn't use a calculator because he's sitting here arguing about the truck payment being high and all this. Like, it don't matter, dude. It don't matter. So you won't even go up to a PA to get. No, I'm not deadheading up the PA, man. I'm already down in Richmond. That's stupid. Guns, are you even a trucker? I think you're a taxi driver, wannabe trucker. I don't think he is a trucker. A couple videos back, me and Tommy Guns got into it, and he admitted to himself that he's not even a trucker. I think he's like some kind of comedian or something like that, he said. Nah, Tommy Guns, don't pull that card. Talking about you got an opinion. Don't pull that card. You he pulling that, oh, it's my opinion card. Don't even start, Tommy Guns. Don't even start. Redumblican. Redumblican. Ain't nobody else in here dumb but you, man. That's you, man. Oh. Oh, y'all got the key. Y'all changed the fuel filter? Not yet. Oh. Hold on, y'all. You call SFI and they broke it down to you. Let me tell you something. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but some of them people at Snyder Finance don't even know themselves because they're not physically in the lease, which is crazy. Cause like, okay, yeah, that looks good. Which is crazy because it's like since I've had since I've been a Snyder Finance customer, I've had 3 Snyder Finance reps. One my second Snyder Finance rep, he was the best Snyder Finance rep you could ever want because he knew everything. Any question that I had, anything about my account, I'm talking about anything, talking about buying multiple trucks through Snyder Finance. I mean, anything that had to do with leasing and finances and tax write-offs, benefits of having a paid for truck and the benefits of having a leased truck and like he knows what he's talking about. Now, my first Snyder Finance rep, he was an airhead. Dude didn't really know anything. The Snyder Finance rep that I have right now, she ain't no better. Like, I don't know where they get these people from, but this lady, like when I was taking the truck from Snyder, and I was trying to get the power of attorney to get my plates and stuff, like, man, like this she didn't know nothing, man. She didn't know nothing. Like, every time I had a question, it would take her like 2 or 3 days to get back to me to answer the question. You know, that's annoying, man. And like, everything is always, I don't even like thinking about it because it just upsets me. How can somebody have a job like this and not know what they're doing? So when you say you called up Snyder Finance and they broke it down to you, I don't even think that even gives you the right to even speak on it, because even the people that work there don't even know what they're doing. Take it from me, somebody who's actually been through the doggone thing, and I can tell you backwards, sideways, anything you need to know about Snyder Finance. Because, and here's the deal, depending on who you call it at Snyder Finance, some of them people, like, you got to call the right Snyder Finance rep. And, you know, some of them could break it down to you and explain the ins and outs and how it works. But, I mean, if you feel like you know a lot just by calling up there, I guess. But you're not going to sit here and tell me, well, you called them up, you know more than me about the Snyder Finance program. I don't hear it. I don't want to hear that BS. I don't want to hear it. I'm still at the speed code, man. On past PA. No, man, that's like PA to from where I was. PA was like another, I don't know, maybe like 60 miles from where I'm at, from the state line. It doesn't make sense to go up to PA. I mean, I could have went, but I'm in Richmond right now. It don't make sense. Javon say, leasing a truck has its pros and cons, same as owning one. You still will pay taxes on what you make, regardless of the tax deduction. So, well, my argument to Tommy Guns is, Tommy Guns is so busy trying to convince everybody in my YouTube feed that his way of getting the truck is the end all be all to getting the truck. That's my argument. Buying a truck from a dealer may not fit some guys. Getting a truck from Snyder Finance may not fit some guys. You run your business the way that you see fit and the way that you feel comfortable doing. For some guys, they like having their equipment paid for and paying cash. You wouldn't hear me argue with you about that. And then you got some guys who feel like Jeffrey L. You got some guys like Jeffrey L. They feel comfortable getting a full maintenance lease and have all their equipment as a big tax write-off. You know? So like, if you got a lease payment, if you got a lease, full maintenance lease, that's $2,800 a month times 12. That's $3,360. That's $33,600 a year. That's written off.
We'll go down there and tighten all your plugs back up.
Okay. All right.
keep it running while you outside.
All right. Yeah, Tommy guns, but hold on, let me pull this truck up. No, Tommy guns. Here's the deal, man. The problem is that I already addressed this. I got so many issues about this leasing versus buying trucks. It's just ridiculous. You new to the game. You ain't the first troll to argue with me when it comes to leasing and buying trucks. You know, it's a dead horse, and it's not. I mean, I can do this all day long. You know, I ain't arguing with you. This is just content for the channel. You know, I just need a video for the channel. So, as long as people keep watching, I'm gonna keep putting out content, random BS videos about trucks and leasing and everything else. Cause like, you know, but here's the deal. I say that because yes, I assume that because I'm a grown man. I'm 35 years old. It's a damn good assumption. You're not the first person that I get into a back and forth about stuff. So like when I assume stuff, it's a damn good assumption just because how you come off in the video. So like how you make your stance, you and ELD Trucker and Trevon and all these guys, y'all going back and forth about stuff that's already been addressed. You have brought up that topic I don't know how many times about leasing and truck. You trying to make a point as if like we don't know that. Like we don't know the differences between leasing a truck and financing a truck through a bank. Like we just don't know. Yes, we know. I know. I sure do know. Because I sat down and looked at Schedule C's and looked at, okay, the differences between having a $40,000 100% write-off and having a depreciated truck that you own through a bank and being able to depreciate it over 2 to 5 years. So you can just, when you have a truck on your Schedule C, you can decide whether you want to depreciate it for 3 or 5 years. So when you write it off for 3 years, it's have different effects. And if you write it off for 5 years, it's got different effects. But when you lease the truck, you got 100% write-off. Say if it's $40,000, you writing off the whole $40,000. When you're financing the truck, you don't get a chance to write off the whole $40,000. Okay, you only writing off a little bit over time. So when you're writing off a little bit over time, there's a difference in income that you gotta pay taxes on. You gotta find some more deductions. So when you depreciating a truck may depreciate maybe about, you might get to depreciate maybe 20,000. Okay, so you might only get maybe to depreciate maybe 20-30,000. On a lease truck, you get to depreciate the whole 40,000 because it's a rental payment. So the difference is about 10,000. That difference in my maybe 10 to 15,000, you got to pay taxes on that money. So you got to pay the government the taxes on that money because it's income that you got to find some more deductions. You got to find some more deductions. Now, You're not overpaying for the truck, Tommy Guns. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not overpaying for the truck. If you buy the truck brand new, yes, you overpaying the truck maybe about, because a brand new fully loaded Freightliner, Volvo, Peterbilt, well, not Peterbilt, Kenworth, you could probably get that thing fully spec'd out, 13 speed, heated seats and everything, hardwood floors. You can probably get that thing fully spec'd out for about $140,000. A Snyder Finance truck gonna cost you about $160,000. We talking about a stock bare bone truck. They're up. Yes, Snyder Finance is overcharging you on the truck, but you never heard me in my videos tell guys to go to Snyder Finance and lease a truck for 3 to 5 years. You never gonna find that in my videos. You can go through all my videos all the way when I was back at Snyder Finance, and you never gonna find that. I always told guys to get on a 1-year lease. When I went in and got my 1-year lease, I knew that at the jump because I already looked at the numbers. When I looked at the numbers, I was like, nah, this ain't a good deal to be locked down for 3 years. I ain't gonna do that. I tell guys to get a 1-year lease. And when you get a 1-year lease truck, all the 1-year lease trucks, you looking at anywhere from, you looking at about $75,000 to $100,000 on a truck. For the same truck out at a used truck dealership is about the same amount of money. A truck that's got 250,000 miles on it, you're gonna be looking at about $80,000 to $90,000. Okay, you never gonna hear me tell guys to go get a brand new Freightliner from Snyder Finance and lease it out the whole time. No, you never hear me say that. I tell guys to get a 1-year lease truck. Okay, usually the 1-year lease trucks are older used trucks with about 200 to about 250,000 miles on it, and you can get that truck paid for quicker. If you paying $2,800 a month or $700 a week on that truck, you can get that truck paid for in 2 years. This is the 2nd year under this truck that I have, and I'm getting it paid off in 2 years. Okay, that's what I tell guys. Now, if you go to a dealer and buy a truck through a bank and make monthly payments and whatnot, you're gonna be spending the same money because the depreciation on the truck is, you exhaust all the depreciation off the truck. You want to get the truck when it's worth like 50 to like 75,000, because if you get a truck at 140, 150,000, you get a truck that's 140, 150,000, you getting the truck brand new. Soon as you drive off the lot, you losing $20,000 on the truck. That's a waste of money. You never gonna hear me tell guys to go and get a brand new truck. I wouldn't tell guys to buy a brand new truck. I wouldn't tell guys to lease purchase a brand new truck. I don't recommend buying new cars, okay? Because in the first 3 years, there's nothing but depreciation, okay? You want to buy a truck still with some warranty with about 200,000 to 300,000 miles on it for about 60 to 70,000. That's a good baseline for the truck. So you can still have some good write-off with it, with some depreciation, and still get a good, reasonable monthly payment. But Tommy Guns think I'm telling guys to go to Snyder Finance and get a $160,000 truck. And once you done pay for the thing over 5 years, you're looking at a $200,000. You done spent $200,000 on a doggone truck. That don't make sense. It don't make sense. Don't make sense. So like, you're gonna have guys arguing with me, oh, I got a 2014, and like, I don't give a damn what you got, man. Who cares? It's like, I don't care. Like, I know what my checking account says. It's like, guys, we want to argue with me. They want to act like as if I don't know what y'all talking about. Okay? Just because you go to a dealer and get a truck, that don't mean the truck is cheaper. You're getting a cheaper monthly payment that's stretched out over 50 months and shit. Like, really? You stretching a $50,000 truck out 50 months? Really? That don't make sense. If with a Snyder Finance truck, if you spend the same amount of money that you spend on a Snyder Finance truck and you pay the same amount of payments, you're gonna spend the same. You're not saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. But hey, I'm gonna end this video. We almost got 2 hours. I got about almost got 2 hours in this video. So I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. Hey, I'll see y'all next time.